Hello. My usual wake up time is 3 or 4 in the morning, and I went to bed. I probably fell asleep like at 5 o'clock. And usually I go to bed at like 6 or 7 o'clock. So getting up at 3 or 4 in the morning is fine if you go to bed at 6:37. If you go to bed at 5-ish, I'm not sure what time I fell asleep, like 5:30. It's pretty early. So I woke up at like 12:30. And my struggle, you guys tell me your struggle, okay? Put in the chat. I'm going to connect with you, and everyone is going to benefit, because I call myself Daisy the Venice Healer. Kind of like when you go to a 12-step room and you're like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I'm like, and then you say what you're there for. And in that way, I claim to heal myself. So I'm just going to be doing kind of like a friend what you guys are going to do for me first. So I'm going to share with you my struggle. I would like some empathy. I would like to know if you could relate to what I said. Maybe you just let me know I make sense, or tell me something warm that comes up for you. I like that, some empathy. You guys are going to put in all caps your struggle, and I'm going to help you by helping you get in touch with the language of the heart. And I'll be giving you empathy, and if there's something specific you'd like, you could let me know. So go ahead, put in the chat, and I will look back, and I will grab whatever struggle. Sometimes I get like a whole bunch. So put what your struggle is, because if I just see the word struggle, I'm not going to, I may not find your name again. So write what it is. Be like, struggle. And then write what the struggle is. Okay? I like you guys to see me raw. When I first wake up, I want you to see me. Everything. I want you to know what happens with me and my body, because I love myself. I want you guys to love yourself. If you were born free, surrounded by love and affection and unconditional belonging, you would be very lovey-dovey. You'd love yourself. You guys see my flower hat? That was badass. That was so cool. Look, I got a flower hat. This is a TikTok app. It's called Flower TikTokalist. It comes with TikTokulosis. TikTokulosis is when I can see you through TikTok. My little doodle. You could only do this if you're really lovey-dovey. So we're at a critical transition. I'm going to tell you guys my struggle. I woke up this morning and my struggle is that I miss my kids. And my daughter's birthday is in exactly 1 week, on May 31st. And my struggle is I'm having some intrusive thoughts, and I know that is telling me that it's time for a spiritual poopy. That's when I cry. So rather than walking around feeling heavy all the time, thinking about how much I love and miss my kids, I will take those intrusive thoughts and I will welcome them. I will say, I love you so much. Very surprised to see you here. I'm just gonna take you and put you in this container, and I'll have some of you later. And then pretty soon I dump enough of it in and it gets really full, and then this is all my pain, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to deal with it now. It's almost full, and I know it's grief hour, so I drink it. Delicious. I want to enjoy my pain. My pain is epic. The love of a mother and her children is incredible. I gotta show you guys this video, but I can't do it right now. There's this thing that happened. I want to tell you a story about love, because I just told you my struggle, and then I gotta look in the chat. You guys tell me what your struggle is. Tell me somebody who's impossible to love, okay? Excuse me, I burped some of my pain. Here's the thing about pain. You can't just drink it down and push it down there. You've got to let it back up. Because just like your digestive tract wants to have a poopita beepita, your nervous system wants to have a bisita bapita. And what happens is you eat the deliciousness in your mouth. It's your digestive system. It goes down your throat. And then it goes into your tummy. And then, oop, excuse me, please. And then you feel wonderful. Okay, same, except you don't, your nervous system, it takes energy from everywhere. This person over here, that person there, this person here, and then all this energy coming in, and then there's your universal needs that are getting met or not getting met. So all this energy, and then your nervous system gets filled. Delicious love juice. Drink some. It's so good. Drink. Okay, good. Now, what happens when your nervous system gets filled is then you're like, oh, gonna have a spiritual poopity beepity. And a spiritual one, it's not coming out of your digestive tract. No. You don't want to, that's food for earth. The plants are like, delicious. We love it. They love it. Anything that comes out of your digestive system. Your tummy is a baby incubator for plants. So, your nervous system is a baby incubator for your higher self. And you rebirth yourself. And when you cry, you are crying a new you. If you can release pain, you're going to be a higher version of yourself. So in order to have a proper spiritual poopy, we want to dissolve enemy images and triangles and shame and blame and judgment and fear. And we want to release from our eyes and our nose, sometimes even our ears. When you're like, sometimes you'll lean over and then there's trembles and shudders. You gotta pop your body and your neck out and your vertebrae and your spine. Everything's moving. That's releasing energy from your nervous system. And what's awesome is you could do things like go into a hot room and stretch. And oh boy, here, watch this. Get your knees apart and put your toes together. See? And then come down to your elbows. And that's the beginning of a child's pose. And you are having a spiritual poopy. This is child's pose. It's releasing from your hips. Okay, so you feel good on your elbows? Bring your arms all the way down your forehead. And now look up, bring your chin. And then come to your elbows. And this is just a little easy peasy yoga. You could just come to the ground. If you're like, my floor is dirty, then just get a yoga towel. These mats are questionable. So, or just put something clean on the ground. A blanket, a scarf. If you don't have any clean towels or blankets, I'm sure you have a clean scarf. And put your face down. I want us to love each other. Get over here. Get over here right now. I don't even have my 3 kids right now. And I bet you don't have your mom right now. Get over here. Look how lovable you are. You're so lovable. Alright? If I can't give my love to my kids, I could give my love to the whole wide world, and then my love will reach my kids. And when I go to Venice Beach, and when I'm mothering, when I see somebody sleeping on the beach and they don't have anything, they're just in the sand, maybe I have a blanket, because I like to do yoga on my blanket, and I can put the blanket on them, and next thing you know, I'm doing a healing for them, because perhaps this person, they haven't had loving touch. I can tell. And when I mother that doobadoodle, I know that my kids feel it. So my struggles, I miss my kids. Now, tell me, sweet baby angels, get over here and tell me your struggles, because I want to tell you how lovable. Tell me someone who's impossible to love. And now I'm looking at the chat. Hello. Jordan Roll, I want to meet you in New Earth. You've got intelligence. We are in New Earth already. I am in the bathroom. You want to know why I'm in the bathroom? Because I went to bed really early, super early. My normal wake-up time is 3 or 4 a.m. and my normal bedtime is like 6:37. So typically I go to bed pretty early and wake up pretty early. But for some reason I went to bed extra early. I went to bed at like 5, and then I woke up extra early. I woke up at 12:30, and I was laying in bed like, why am I wide awake? I was like, well, I guess I had 7.5 hours of sleep, and I've been sleeping. You know, I get good sleep. So my goddess here is talking about New Earth. I don't see any struggles, by the way. So that's why I'm telling you about New Earth. No one's writing in the chat struggles. Glad to see you guys are doing so amazing and have no struggles, which I know is not true. Right? Well, I'll tell you guys about New Earth. How about that? New Earth, all beings will be born free. New Earth, we will live harmoniously, and we will have need-based systems. The biggest change that we're going to have in New Earth is our role. Right now, we're acting more like bugs. So if we continue in this timeline, we will most likely evolve into, and I'm not claiming any of this, like I don't claim to know any of this, but the way we're acting like bugs. So if we evolved into some kind of insect, that wouldn't surprise me. And again, I don't claim to know how we're going to evolve, but I'm letting you know how we're acting. So bugs will act out for the hive mind. They'll forego their own universal needs. However, they're thriving, but they have these like short lifespans, and they're thriving because they're helping the system. The bugs who do not help the system, they get outcasted, right? They just don't do well. So that's what we have right now. We have a system where if you go to school and you do well in school, if you go to work, you find a job you love, you do well in work. If you do well in the system, you know, you have finances and family and balance, you could thrive. Just like a bug, you're going to have a short lifespan. And there will be a king or a queen who will have way more resources. And this is now the 1%. Because our new king and queen is of market economy. Market economy is our new hive mind. And we don't want market economy to be our hive mind, because market economy has to have government. And government is also a part of market economy. They need each other, and they're also the same. Has to have government. And government is also a part of market economy. They need each other, and they're also the same because they're part of market economy. So it's all engulfed under market economy. And the government part is like this domination aspect that claims to have different territories and leaders. So when we act like this is our earth now, this is old earth. This way of being causes us, now this is the major change we're gonna have. Instead of fighting and having wars and borders, we're gonna have rift resolution. Once we have rift resolution and we learn how to work things out together, we're gonna see that we don't need enforcers. My next speech today is going to be at Goodwill because a woman got arrested at Goodwill for taking a jacket and shoes that she needs. And I'm pretty, she's not going to steal at Goodwill unless she's poor. She's taking a jacket and shoes. She probably needs those jacket and shoes. I don't care how many jacket and shoes she has. She needs those. Somebody dropped those off for free as a donation at Goodwill. And now you are arresting her. If the person who donated that stuff, or however many people, because I don't know how many items she stole, if they found out that you were arresting somebody who took that stuff, they would have said, hey, give her this stuff right now. Don't you dare arrest her. That hurts us. So the main change that we're going to have in the new world is the new world. We're going to have rift resolution. The new world, instead of governors and leaders and borders, we're going to have fellowships that are needs meeting, and it will be all different ages and species. I'll give you an example. If you are planting the root vegetables, the rhubarb and the carrots and the potatoes and the onions, I bet you the groundhogs and the bunnies and the squirrels and the burrowers are going to love to help. The dogs are going to dig, the cats are going to, let everyone help. Why are we not allowing animals and plants to be with us? And I'm letting you know, the new world, we will be able to see that a lot of our energy used to go into things like animal control and pest businesses and trap companies. And, the new world, we're going to see, no, we don't got to do that. We'll have AI, drone technology, find and identify an animal who is the best candidate to be eaten because it is XYZ, and we can identify what it is. We use the most amount of love, the least amount of force, because we care about care and kindness. And that feels so mushy gushy. We love that. It makes us hotter. I think I just got more gorgeous. Get over here. I did. I got more gorgeous. Because I have a more wonderful world. In the new world, we're going to be ageless and more gorgeous. We're going to be like, why would we age? Information and technology will be free. And the way we meet our universal needs is no one's going to work. Everyone will just sign up. And what signing up means is, if you need to receive, then you just go receive. So let's say you want to go get body work. You just go get body work. Let's say you want to go get food or dental care or whatever it is. You just go get it. Let's say you want to give. You have more than you need. Well, in this world, you never have to accumulate ever again, because you know that in the flow of giving, there is receiving. So if you have extra, you drop it off. So the flow of receiving and giving are wide open. Next is let's say you really, really want to learn how to become a dentist. Like the flow of, you know how many people wait to have dental care? Well, this new world, you could just go get dental care anytime you want. Let's say you want to learn how to get dental care. Well, you could just go and somebody there will teach you. The same person who did your dental care, perhaps. There will be somebody who wants to teach. There will be somebody who wants to learn like you, and the flow of giving and receiving will be wide open. It's genius. Why are we all suffering for no reason? Because people can charge. Drink your love juice now. No, I do want to. Drink it, Donald Trump. I will not drink love juice. Kim Jong-un, drink your love juice. It'll make you more beautiful. Look. See? I drank love juice. My lips got juicy. Oh, I love juice lips. My lips are thin. We are Korean. We do not have very juicy lips. Here, try this love juice. It's going to juicify you. Okay, I don't know. Oh. Kim Jong-un, I think you've always had pretty juicy lips, you know? You don't seem... I never thought of you as a thin lip guy. But whoa, those are some bodacious beauties now. I know. Well, keep drinking the love juice. Putin, it's your turn. Da. This will make me better at sport. Oh yeah, you're going to be better at sport. Go ahead and drink. Oh, da, I feel like super muscular Mother Russia superhero. Good job. Yeah. You're definitely a superhero. President Xi, as usual, didn't show up. China is so elusive. They're so mysterious. Alright, can you guys, someone talk to me? Tell me what you're struggling with. Tell me somebody that you can't love. You guys, I'm looking at the chat now. Hello, my Jupiters. Tell me your struggle. Hi, Moxie. Hello, my Jupiters. Okay, the new world. We are going to have a totally different lifestyle. It's going to be really healthy. You would never, ever, ever think of putting something unhealthy in your body. Like, we wouldn't even make things like refined sugar. Do you know how delicious food can be? Food can be amazingly delicious. And good morning, Mama Lindsay. Been having a weird time in my life. Thank you for going live. Tell me more about the weird time you're having. Thank you for calling me Mama Lindsay. You guys... So, have you ever heard of a mom? She's like a mystical princess ninja turtle. And she lost her 3 kids. That's me. Okay, so all of you are going to be my children. Call me Mama Lindsay. And the love I give to you is the same love I give to the children. My heart belongs to everyone. A true power. The love of a mother means that she knows how to give that love across the board. So if her children witness her and she's interacting with the other children that are there, and she's loving and kind and soft and awestruck and co-worshipping the other children, then her children, their hearts will belong to everyone also. And I want all of you, my Dupadoodles, you are all my children. I want you to also reparent me. Okay, I will be your Mama Lindsay. I want you to reparent me also. And we reparent our own parents. And what that means is, I am very mothering, by the way. I'm very healing. So I will mother you. And what I mean is, you mother me too. If you love me and receive me as unconditionally wonderful, and you desire me and derive pleasure from being around me, that is the love of a mother. And I want us to have the love of a mother for all of life. And our whole world will change. That will be our new earth. I'm going to run for president, by the way. It's a very big announcement. Donald Trump's going to be my vice president. We're going to create a new party. It's going to be called the Lovable Scoopadoos. And we're going to dissolve the Republican Party and all the other parties and turn it into the Lovable Doopadoodles, Scoopadoos. Yes, it's going to be amazing. As soon as I'm elected president, I'm going to be like, and take the president out of me. I'll be like, you can't put a president in me. And then I'll be like, you will refer to me as Goddess Queen, Daisy the Venice Healer. How shall I refer to you, superheroes? And then I will treat everyone as a divine god and goddess. Ask them what their superhero name is. And I will co-worship. And then when Donald Trump name calls and is mean, I'll tickle torture him. I'll be like, you're just filled with mush, you little dooba scoop. I'll be like, how do you like getting tickle tortured on live TV, my little scoomanoo? I'm the president of the United States. I could do whatever I want. I'm the goddess queen. Actually, I'm literally gonna, at the inauguration, make it so there's no such thing as president. I'll make a whole thing where I'm like, get this president. As soon as they give me the presidency, I'll be like, I could feel the presidency inside me. And then I'll be like, I will never have a presidency ever. From now on, I will be known as the Goddess Queen, DTVH, short for Daisy the Venice Healer. That's the thing. And you will bow with me to each other. In a field of, and actually an endless flow of raising willingnesses and capacities where there are universal needs, giving and receiving joyfully, lovingly, through play, because it is our most creative state. And we value personal development, relationships, and creativity the most. And in our relationships, we must have a learning and growth mindset. We must have positivity unconditionally. And we must be always creating newness. That's going to be the new world. Okay, so tell me your struggles, doopadoodles. Call me Mama Lindsay, too. I have another celebration. I celebrate 7 years sober, August 2nd, 2018. If somebody has a sobriety date, please put it in the chat. I'm looking at the chat now. Dallas Gregory, would you like to be in conversation with me? Dallas Gregory can't sleep. Well, if you can't sleep, I would start by saying what you want. And you could say, I'm attracting the sleep that I want. And by reframing the words, we will epigenetically let our body know that we want to sleep. And Dallas Gregory, if you say you can't sleep, then it sounds like this is like a ongoing thing. So everything, including sleep, has to deal with our lifestyle. And there's no such thing as disease. There's such thing as disharmony. And disharmony creates disease. And if you believe in a world of disharmony, then you will believe in disease and create it. And the disharmony that we create is as a result of our thinking, and so is the disease in our body, but it's not real. What is real is whatever we believe. And if we believe something about this age number because we were born this year, now we're going to age. If we believe that our superhero origin story began on this day, and this is the day of the superhero who was born 10/5/81, DTVH, she came into the world a superhero. She is ageless, like a child, bewildered, an open mind, loving, free, cares for all of life. That's me. These are my values. We want to embody our values. Many times we do not embody our values. That creates disharmony in our body. That creates disease in our body. And it is a result of our unnatural thinking because it has created a life that hurts us. And then everything else will be hurt as a result. And what we want to do is we want to bulldoze everything, admit that we messed up, say the jig is up, right? And just like August 2nd, 2018, I had walked into the rooms of the 12 steps many times, but on August 2nd, 2018, I was ready. I was done. And I made sure of it. If I went to 4 to 6 meetings a day, perhaps I felt okay. But I didn't feel okay. I couldn't go to enough meetings. I was a broken woman. And we gotta go through that. That's gonna take a lot of bravery because the way that we were meeting our needs before is not working anymore. You may not have to lose your kids like I did. You may not have to lose stuff that, you may not have to. It's the most painful thing I've ever experienced. And it triggered my awakening because as a broken woman, I had nothing to lose. I had nothing to lose. They terminated my rights, denied my appeals, my 388s, told me there was nothing else I could file. I mean, I'm letting you, I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm just trying to visit my kids. When I just started going on a tangent about my kids, and then I lost track of what I was actually talking about, but I don't allow this to create turmoil in my life because I find gradually more life-enriching ways of discharging my pain. And my pain has been a liability until recently. And all of us are having things. So for you, it's sleep, right? For others, we may have problems with eating, a relationship or whatever. So for me, I try to be more graceful with my pain. A lot of my passion and performance arts and my global liberation and yearning for freedom for all of life and my superhero work, when I deliver my information, I'm working on not having so much pain come out. But the pain can come out. I guess it's okay to have a lot of pain come out, but to have it come out in ways that don't hurt others. And if we don't allow our pain to come out, so we might not be hurting others, okay, well, now we might not be able to sleep. So, someone like me, I sleep like a baby. But somebody who holds their pain in, they might not sleep that well. So I don't know if that resonates with you, superhero Dallas Gregory. But I want to talk more about like sleep, eating, like when we change our lifestyle and we decide that we are not going to do anything for a grade. We're not going to do anything for a paycheck. We're not going to do anything because somebody will like us more. That we are going to use the most amount of love, care, and kindness, the least amount of force and control and fear. And we're going to use our highest mind and our highest self. And our highest mind and our highest self is truthful, transparent, honest, loving. Sometimes we listen and we are quiet. Like it took me a long time to say to somebody who I know who tells me that they have a disease, and I said, I don't believe in disease, I believe in disharmony. And that when the disharmony is remedied, then the disease will be gone. And furthermore, that the disease is a result of unnatural thinking. And if we change our thinking, we change our life. Think about a person who you cannot love. Think about somebody who's not worthy of love. Think about them. Now, I want you to visualize your heart like a muscle. And while this person is in your mind's eye, I want you to feel your heart pumping and expanding. Get in touch with your heart's work field. Hello, heart. Hello, my beautiful heart. I love you so much. Get in touch with your heart and say, heart, I want you to exercise your power and love this beautiful being. And guess what? I got something to tell you. Every single one of us who's hurting others was hurt. Every one of us who's hurting others was hurt. If we do what was done with me in court, and when I went into court, nobody talked about why I have a case in my sister's county, my two boys and my mother's county, not where my daughter lives, but my mother, and Santa Monica. So there's 3 different counties that want to arrest me. No one told me why. I'm in mental health court. They're just like, oh, we're going to clear your record. So either you punish me or you force services. And by the way, I like the services, so it's not really forcing me. I like working on myself. But no one ever had rift resolution. And that blew my mind. It blew my mind that I went into court, Santa Monica police, Hermosa police, which is Torrance Courthouse, and Huntington police, which is obviously my mom using the courts like a weapon again. They're there. The judge, it was like he had no time to even talk about it. He had to go to the next case. There's too many cases on the docket. It's like, I'm being alienated from my kids for 7 years. The courts are being used like a weapon. Can we talk about this? Can I get therapy? Reunification services? I know my rights are terminated, but this is impacting my life every single day. Please help me. Like, no, they Santa Monica police are there. That's my neighborhood where I live. Could we please talk about this? My sister, it's the same thing. It's just court, whole parental alienation, weird families turning against each other stuff. Hey, courts, could you guys please help me and my family out? Like, we're turning against each other. We need help. We need rift resolution. Courts, could you please help? What's with all the enforcers? What's with all the guns in the jail cells? Come on. All we need is some healing and love. Show us how to work it out. A lot of us don't know how not to speak in terms of evaluating what the person did and making statements like you and saying what they said. Very controversial when we tell someone what we think or give them our judgments, accusations, or blame them. Not in the service of learning and growth when we turn against each other. Will not mend the rupture, will not bridge the gap or resolve a problem. And if there is a weak point in a relationship, there will be a rupture. And then when it's repaired, the relationship will be stronger. If you interrupt this process and you alienate them, then these people will never be together again. That's not a good idea. Could you imagine? We wouldn't have Sam laying on the wood floor. How many of you lay on the wood? I got a pillow and a towel and I'm comfy. Do not lay on a bed. It's not good for you. Oh, that feels so good. My back's popping out. You guys do it with me. Dallas Gregory, how are you feeling about your sleep? And if you're not sleeping, then are you talking about your feelings? Because typically those who are not, like I sleep like a baby, but I gotta work on how I deliver my message. So people like me who are like, we are the extroverted. The extroverted, we sleep like a baby usually. But the doobadoodles who are more like, I'm going to listen deeply. I want to take this in and I'm going to contemplate and process on my own. If we can write it down, there's ways you could get it out. However, I believe what the 12 steps says, you gotta say it to another person and to God. Yeah. So, Dallas, the fact that you're saying you're not getting sleep, I'm happy about. Is there anything going on in your relationships? And are your universal needs being well met? Because if we're having trouble in our relationships, or if our universal needs are not being met, then that can impact our sleep. The market economy creates artificial resistance, and it does this by manufacturing scarcity outdoors. This is a tumultuous troublemaga. It's very diabolical. We don't want it. So instead, we want to glorify with abundance. We want truth, transparency, and trust. We don't want hibbita jibbitas being sent up and down our spine because everyone's given bad juju on the news. And we're being told that we're going to have a squad of the wolf pack protecting us with the guns, because if we don't have the sheepdogs, actually they're not wolf pack, the sheepdogs, then the sheep are not going to be protected. We're supposed to be the sheep, and we need to be protected. We need to be controlled. We have to be gathered and sorted according to age and put into schools. This is very, very dangerous behavior, you guys. Okay? In the age of information, there's no reason we have to separate and categorize children. If we were all learning and teaching together and giving and receiving together and just doing it through social media or apps, we don't need the government or market economy to get dental care, to get food, to get medicine, to get our universal needs. It's time that we stopped paying for our universal needs. And the top 1% can live in magical market economy world. In that world, we will not allow them to extract from nature, to touch nature. That world will be for games, for performers, for trinkets, for not even for treasure hunting or treasures, because then that will extract resources. But you can make trinkets, and you can have stars and performers and icons and games, but no more selling our universal needs. No more killing our beloved animals, our elephants, our rhinos, our beautiful ocean friends, our gorgeous, cute, amazing bugs, our microorganism friends, and killing up and down the food chain because we do things like pesticides. So then we kill microorganisms in our biome. So we're killing our own microbiome. We're killing microorganisms in the earth and the mycelium. And we're killing the birds that eat the bugs. And we're killing the predators that eat the bird. I mean, there's like a whole chain of death. And instead, we won't have to do that. Because when you grow food for us, I'm growing potatoes right now. Guess what? I want there to be bugs. I want there to be roly-polies and spiders, and I want there to be bugs. I'm not too worried about it. I want the birds to eat. I want the spiders to eat. I want the creatures that eat those creatures to eat. I do not want to interrupt this beautiful process of life that has evolved in a beautiful interdependent balance with me. And I don't want to disrupt it because I wouldn't be here without them. And they are nature, which is also God, which is me. And they are God too, which is them, which is we. And that's why I go by Wa. That's what my real name is, Wa. It means God. We are. We are all God. And we are meant to co-worship. So, can you guys tell me someone who's impossible to love? DMACC says, I'm too much of an empath to live on this planet. I want off. Goddess, you may be, if you feel like that, then you may more than likely be Pleiadian or some type of volunteer from I'm serious. You're most likely a being of light. Have you heard of the 144,000? So your vibration, just being here, you don't have to do anything except for be you. And you being you is helping to awaken humanity because of your vibration and because of how loving you are. And I feel you. I know that you feel the pain of the planet. I know that, Goddess. My queen over here, she says, I'm too much of an empath to live on this planet. I want off. Yeah. Also, when we say, what is it all worth anyway? I'm done. Then that means that there is a wound of the meaning and purpose. So Goddess, DMACC, I want to be in conversation with you. Are you there? I want to know if you resonate with this. There's 3 wounds of domination systems I want to talk about. Separation, scarcity, meaning and purpose. These 3 wounds create an incredible suffering. Now, when we act out and hurt someone else, that is the wound of separation and scarcity. When we act out and hurt ourselves, that is the wound of our meaning and purpose. And meaning and purpose is like, if we had a sense that we are making a difference, that we are bringing incredible positive change, then we would be saying, I have to be here. I gotta do this. Like, I've got really important work to do. I'm here for a reason. I'm one of the chain breakers. I'm one of the positive change makers. I'm here to do it, inspire, lead. And we lead by being. We could lead without saying one thing. And no one even knows they're following us. They're just watching us. Like, tell me more about how you do what you do. I really love it. So let me know if any of that resonates, Goddess. I don't see you in the chat. I want to be in conversation with you. Is anyone else having a struggle? Well, you guys, no one is putting any struggles. We can come together. We could create a new world. We can free all of life. We can have a world where there's so much resources we won't be worried about animals bugging us for food. If everyone's fed, once your belly's full, you're not going to be bugging everyone. Like, animals are not going to harass us. They're just starving right now. They're starving. They're looking for water. They're hurting. So the bugs, like the mice, we don't have to hurt them. They're looking for food. They're starving. We created a planet that's hurting them. And please don't hurt these animals. We're gonna have Venice Beach and Santa Monica be free. Poor Santa Monica, they're not ready for it because they've got so many rules, but they're going to be liberated too with Venice. Because that's part of my area. And I'm going to be doing a lot of speaking in Santa Monica because I just had my court date. And I found out I'm untouchable. So I'm just going to be lovey-dovey and continue to liberate the humans and let them know about their superpowers so that we could start to benefit all of life and create a high-tech heaven on earth. And I'll become president so I could tickle torture everyone and get all of our information and technology and dissolve the government. And I will liberate us. And I'll do it in the first, hopefully, 6 months. I don't think it'll take that long to dissolve all the borders and stuff. And you want to know what'll happen when we dissolve all of the borders and create a world of abundance? So we'll live off of principles and values and love and trust. And it'll be a little piece of heaven on earth. And then the rest of the world will want to be free. And when we go places that aren't free and have jails and prisons, we'll be like, oh, like, it's up to us to liberate the world. And then once I dissolve the government and all the borders, then it'll just be about the love-evolution, right? It won't even be like campaigning for another term. Like, we'll just get rid of the whole government the first 6 months. I would do it quicker if I could, but it's going to take about 6 months, you guys. Just because we're going to do it with the most amount of love and care and the least amount of force and control. If we use too much force and control, then the doobadoodles will be upset because they'll be like, well, why do the goddesses get to do all the doomanu? We'll be like, because you white men are so violent and uncaring. But it's because we want to have secrets. Yeah, you guys are so sneaky and secretive. That's why, old white man, you guys are not allowed to lead us anymore. But we don't want the beautiful goddesses to lead the world. But we're just going to lead the world because the vulnerable are going to lead us, and we're going to attune to the needs of all of life on the planet, silly. So it's actually not us leading. It's actually all of life, and the goddesses are just allowing the vulnerable to have a voice. Okay, old white men? So you guys have to go leave the government now, okay? There's not going to be a government anymore. But Daisy, you can't just be a president that does a dissolvement of the government. Look, Duba Scoops, I already told you I'm a goddess queen. I already pulled the president out of me and squished it in my hand and sprinkled the dust on the ground, okay? There's no more president. That's done. Forever. Now we have a world of universal needs leading the way. A high-tech heaven on earth. It's not utopia. It's still gonna have violence and threat, and when you have freedom, you don't have safety. But I would rather have freedom than safety, because when we have safety, it's actually not even real. It's fake. Because safety comes with all kinds of control and force, and then every once in a while someone has an outburst, and it's just safety doesn't last when you do it like that. So I would just rather be free. What do you guys think? Alright, you guys, I'm gonna end the live stream and restart it, and you guys better have some struggles for me when I get back, okay? So give me 5-minute break, I'll be back. I love and release you. Think about how lovable you are, and you will fall in love with all of them.